streets. I'm your host, Amarie Jacobs, and today I have two amazing guests. I have an artist, Christina, and I have another artist, DeAndre. All right, you guys, so tell me about your endeavors. What you got going on?
So, I am an actress. I own my own production company, 122 Productions. I have my own podcast, Move 24/7. The podcast. Yes, when we get on there, we talk about a bunch of black stuff. Blackity black, black, black. We just talk about everything and anything black. And I'm a writer, director. I do it all.
Tell me about yourself. What you do, Dre?
Man, you know, your boy's a triple threat. Jack of all trades. I'm just kidding. I am a student at Kansas Western University, education first. Second, I am an athlete. Your boy's a football player and a track star. And also your boy's an artist. I do photography, art. I'm trying to, do a little bit of videos here and there and stuff. I'm trying to expound. But, at the end of the day, I'm a human.
Okay, that's what's up. So, Christina, spill the beans. Who are you? What do you do? What you like to do? What you love to do? Let me know what's up.
You're annoying. So my name is Christina Danielle. I am an actress. I am a business owner. I am a lot of stuff,
What's up. So what do you want to do with acting in your business?
Oh, so I want to, I have my own production company. I ultimately want to, my mind literally just went blank.
It's okay.
So that's cool. I just want to act, I want to be an Oscar winner. I want to be an Emmy Award winner. I want to do it all.
You're going to do it all.
You believe in me?
Of course.
You believe in me?
Without you, I'm nothing, man. We a team.
That's true.
So what's up with you, big boy DeAndre? What's going on?
Man.
So tell me about your career. I know you're in school. You're an athlete. So tell me about that. Tell me what you want to do. What's your major?
I mean, right now, exercise science major. It's deals with a lot of physical therapy and stuff.
Okay.
But most likely, I want to have my own gym.
Okay.
Be training athletes and stuff. But before that, the main goal, try to play pro. That's honestly one thing I want to do.
That's what's up.
Definitely look at the NFL. If anything, CFL, international ball. That's the main goal at this point. I got 2 more years and stuff, so it's just a lot of grind. But besides that, you gotta get that degree.
I feel you.
Gotta get that degree. Get the hardware.
Look, you up out of there.
I had to go. I had to get it and go.
I just got this one last semester. I'm trying to tell you, this is very, very difficult. This is the hardest part of college.
It's the last semester because that last semester you can see the finish line, like you're so close.
Man,
you're so close. You're so
you
close.
You be tired. It's like you running up like Stone. Have y'all climbed up Stone Mountain?
Absolutely not.
It's like
absolutely not.
It's like when you be looking, on Stone Mountain.
You think you got to the top?
The rail.
Yeah.
Like after that rail, I was like, okay. I see that last little hump, and then I just be like about dead at that last little hump. It's really off the chain. Like
I think yo, is it worth it?
Is it worth it? And that's how it is with school.
But it is worth it. I will tell you, it is worth it getting that degree. Because when you walk across that stage, boy.
It depends what you do.
Boy, when you walk across that stage.
They ain't even let the folks just make it.
I'm sorry, couldn't have been me.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Couldn't have been me.
That's why I'm like,
COVID class?
I would have fought. I would have fought.
That's why I'm like, well, at least hopefully they'll let us walk this fall. They said, I talked to a couple people in May that were supposed to graduate May 2020. Mm-hmm. They graduate, they said they pushed the ceremony back to, walk across the stage with fall 2020.
I'm saying, but after you've been out for a semester, do you really want to go back and walk after you already been out for a semester?
And some people stay out of state. Some people live out of state. Some people live out the country.
They started their job, now they somewhere else.
Yeah. And they're like, I don't care about that ceremony no more. Like, when life really hits you, school, all that stuff that you were programmed to do or that you've been doing really just goes out the window.
Yeah.
I think it depends. I think it depends on what your major was.
Okay.
As if it goes up, I think it goes like if you're like going to school to be a lawyer or something. Obviously, everything you learn, is not gonna go out the window. All the training and the schedules and whatnot, like that's not gonna go out the window. But if you went to school for something like theater, it really. I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter, but it's a little less important. Because there's no set way to make it like in the entertainment industry. There's a set way that you get to be a doctor, you get to be your PhD. There's a set way to do that kind of stuff. There's not really a set way to go about the entertainment industry. So I think it depends on like what your major is.
Like Well, I really don't even want to talk about school, but just streaming off that, just streaming off your topic, I agree. I feel like certain degrees you have to go to school for.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are more majors that you go to school for that you don't have to.
I feel like some people just go just to go.
Like, I always felt like that, like dance majors, because I know when I was in California for community college, I had a homie, literally a dancer. And so when he was at school, he was always talking about how he always had gigs. He was in music videos and everything and stuff. And one day I remember he dropped out of school. I was like, yo, why you dropped out? He was like, because there's no point in me paying all this money to go to school when I'm already making money and doing the things that I already love to do. So what's the whole point of me being there?
Yeah.
So I really think about it, like, you go to dance, if you're a dancer, if you're an artist, I mean, I guess entertainment, it depends and stuff. But honestly, when it comes to
broad word,
it
depends. It goes deep. Also,
it depends.
It depends. But there's certain things to where it's just like, there's no, like for me, like an art degree, in my opinion, is a wasted degree, because I feel like that you can learn stuff, but honestly, art is
we're just gonna pass that we have an art degree major sitting in the building.
My bad.
We just go
theater major with a minor in special education. Theater major.
No shots.
Major.
No,
okay, but what's your reasoning on why you feel that way?
Because I feel like creativity is it's all depending on you and stuff. There's things that you can learn, but you can learn stuff on YouTube or Google. You can literally learn so many different techniques and stuff. So I feel like as an artist, like if I'm painting, my instructor, I feel like that having somebody kind of like grade my creativity and stuff.
Okay.
And for me paying money for somebody to critique my work, even though I might be like, I love this piece, this is something that I made, like I love it and stuff, and then he might be like, it's missing something, I'm not feeling it all the way. Well, you and I got two different sets of eyes, so like, you saying that it's missing something, then you add something that you think will be better, and I might be like, nah, I'm not feeling it.
Speak up.
So like, in my opinion, I'm just like, you can't grade creativity, because if you're the artist, whatever you make is what you make, that's what you love and stuff. So why am I paying you like so much money for you to tell, like, for you to give me a degree that doesn't really need, I don't need a degree to be an artist.
I agree with that, but just like every other craft, just like every other job, there are different techniques and there are different things that you learn from professionals. For example, you said you're in school for what kind of science?
Oh, exercise science.
Exercise science. So I know a couple of people who are like, what's the word, personal trainers, and they never went to school for it. So like, you could say that, they could learn something off YouTube, but it's about going to school to learn the different techniques and to learn from people who have already been where you've been, who are where you want to be. So I get what you're saying. But just like every other profession, I think sometimes people forget that
the basics
and that as an actor, a singer, an artist, you don't just get up and just do it. Like, we take our things just as seriously as a lawyer takes getting somebody off, or as a doctor takes, healing someone. We take the craft just as seriously as anybody else would take their craft. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
So I do understand what you're saying, because there are certain things where you're like, man, I like this, so I don't really care what you say. I don't really care how you grade it. But at the same time, it's like, okay, you know what they're looking for. You know some things that I don't know. You know some things that you've already been through. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like I get what you're saying, but
I get what both of you are saying. I agree with actually both of you all. So I stand neutral. Basically you're saying it's more than just it's more than just something that you think somebody can just wake up and do.
Right.
I want to go to school to construct my creativity, to construct my craft. I already know the gift that I have inside of me.
It's about cultivating it.
Exactly.
Right.
So, and that's what your reasoning behind it is. Like, this is what I love. I'm going to go to school to cultivate this, to build me as a better artist.
Right.
And what you're saying is, why would you go to school to be an artist if you already know that you're talented and you can do that? So you basically paying somebody just to critique your creativity. But all criticism is not bad criticism. And if, people are there to help you, which is what they're getting paid for, which is what we're paying the professors for, people that have been in that field, then you're going to help me get to where I need to be. So I understand, I really agree with both of you all, because when I had that discussion about school, I'm like, you don't need to go to school to be an actress, you don't need to go, because think about it, piggybacking off of what DeAndre said, while you were in school, if Tyler Perry or...
I'd have been out the door.
And that
out the door.
But see, when you go to school as a doctor or as a lawyer, can't nobody just say, no, I definitely want you to open this man up and take his heart out because I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're amazing. Like, no, you need to. I work with you. We cool, and we have to. And you got a little bit more you need to learn. But you got to go to school for that. You have to go and you know that's really both of y'all perspectives and one example. Right. You know, somebody could get picked up. Somebody could have to stay in school. So I definitely understand. So
like it's a flip of coin.
Exactly.
It's a flip of coin.
So hopping off the school topic, what y'all think? How are y'all feeling about just life? How are y'all feeling about a lot of stuff that's going on? How do y'all feel about these celebrities? Personally, I don't care too much for these celebrities because they put their pants on the same way we do. If anybody forgot. But how do y'all feel about like all this stuff? I feel like these celebrities, all this celebrity beef is going on just to...
Who's beefing right now?
Well, not beef.
I'm about to say, what's the drama?
You know, just drama. Yeah, just, well, I mean, maybe starting to they beefing, shit. Who? They beefing.
I need more tea on that. Like, I want to know more about that.
But like, you know, not even beef, but just anything like, you know, people were bringing attention when Offset bought his baby girl the purse. People bringing attention to Meg Thee Stallion situation. People are bringing to attention... Y'all name it, the Will Smith and Jada thing.
Now that, I had so much problem with that.
They're doing, with that being said, they're shining light on all of this celebrity gossip in their business, but it's not helping black businesses. It's not helping us get united. They're not spending money on us to build schools for us, you know, which goes back to making money. We need money. So, like, yeah.
Can we go back to the entanglements? Because I like that drama.
Oh Lord,
that's just me. I like that drama. I like drama.
Let's go back to the entanglements. What's up?
So, what do y'all think about Will? Like, I think Will needs to leave Jada. That's just my personal.
You think Will? But what makes you think Will wasn't cheating too?
I don't think Will was cheating.
Nah, Will wasn't.
I don't think Will was cheating.
You don't think Will was cheating?
Will wasn't.
They're both actors. Neither one have a problem with cheating.
Nah, I feel like with Will,
Jada admitted that she was cheating.
Actor and the actress, she's a lady.
You would think that Will would cheat, but I think Will wouldn't. No, like because a lot of people would think that Will cheat. Yeah, that's just one.
And men cheat. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Black men don't cheat.
So I think when they look at it, they be like, nah, Will probably cheated too. But I feel like Will hasn't. Like Will always talked about Jada, always loved Jada and stuff. Remember, Jada was with Tupac at one point. And Will was just
I feel like she's still in love with Tupac.
And like Will had to really like fight and do everything he can like to get Jada and stuff. So I don't think Will be like, oh man, I'm gonna have a fling here, have a side girl right here. He's just 100% for Jada and stuff. But that whole situation to me, I feel like it's this. Like, look at the camera. I feel like it's like this. It's nobody's business what they do. Alright, let's face it. Because a lot of y'all talking about, ooh, Will need to leave Jada. Oh, Jada messy. But y'all got y'all little entanglements happening at home. So why you want to hype up them and stuff? Let me see your messages. Ladies,
let me see the messages.
Show me y'all group chats. Because I know y'all group chats be messy and stuff.
But let me just say, like, as a celebrity, like, when you get to a certain level, you already know everything you do is going to be put on display. So granted, it's technically not our business, but you knew what you signed up for when you decided when you was gonna be an artist and you.
But that's so messed up. Like you make an X amount of money now your business is everybody's business.
Like, I mean that's part of being a celebrity though. Like that honestly is part of being a celebrity.
It is.
There are certain things you have to know. There are certain lines that are gonna be crossed. Paparazzi is always gonna be in your business. People are always gonna want to know what's going on with you. Just like I don't know if y'all saw the picture where Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were in the car and Kim Kardashian was crying.
I did not like that.
Granted, it's not our business. They are a married couple, but they're celebrities. So people are always going to be looking for dirt. People are always going to be looking for the next thing, so that tabloid person, I don't know what they're called, can get the next paycheck. The paparazzi can get their next paycheck. So I'm not saying it's necessarily right, but I'm saying once you reach a certain level of notability, I mean, people gonna want to know what you're doing, whether it's good or bad. People want to be in your business.
I agree.
I just never understood like the whole point. Like I guess in my personal opinion, I'm just like, at the end of the day, like this person, like I think in the world that we live in nowadays, like in society, we look at like celebrities like as being like leaders and stuff. Like they're like almost like
I agree.
One like the main thing like back then was like around the 60s, 70s, and 80s stuff. How you had like MLK, you had Malcolm X, and all those like black leaders and stuff. That's basically like those were like local guys and stuff in the communities, and they had so much notoriety because of things that they've done and stuff. You look at it now, and it's just like you don't see none of that. Your leaders are basically celebrities and stuff. Everybody holds celebrity to like, okay, you need to be this for us, you need to be that for us. But I'm just like, yo, at the end of the day, these are entertainers and stuff. So if you base your life on what an entertainer is doing, that's kind of not the most healthiest thing to be doing. Because I'm like, yo, they're just living their life. So if you trying to live your life through them, to me that's a problem and stuff. Because it's like, yo, like homie he's not talking to you 24/7. This celebrity, like J. Cole is not in the room with us. So I don't need to follow everything J. Cole's doing. Like, he's chilling, fam. Like when he's like, okay, if he has a concert, okay, he's connected with y'all. But at the end of the day, like y'all looking up to him to be like this all important. I mean, some people do need role models and stuff. But I'm like, the people that you should be modeling yourself, you can't always put all your put your whole chip, put your whole bag into these celebrities. Because at the end of the day, they're doing their thing.
They're distractions. Like, it's all those. Okay, I definitely agree with everything you're saying. But their tip of the government, whoever's behind the system, is strategically putting these people in front of our faces so that we can stay distracted. You know, we're all focused on all these couples and all these celebrities when we really need to be focused on helping each other and bettering ourselves. None of us, like the average black person, doesn't have generational wealth. I'm pretty sure the average white person does.
I agree. Hold on. I agree with what you're saying. But at the same time, like, there are certain celebrities who their point is to come in and make a change. So I don't think it's safe to say that every single celebrity, like, you shouldn't, I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. Not you shouldn't guide your life after any, you should guide your life after Jesus, that's my opinion. But you shouldn't guide your life after any one person. I'm just saying, like, there are certain things and certain subjects that for example, Amber Rose, how she has the slut walk every year, that's something that's important to her. You know, rape, that's something that's important to her. She stands for that. So I feel like there are certain things that certain celebrities have that they hold it dear and close to them. So yes, you should be able to look at them and be like, okay, I hear what you're saying about that. You're teaching me something about this. So when it comes to this subject, I'm going to follow and listen to what you say. Because that is sort of kind of the role of some celebrities. Like, I get, you know, they're just entertainers. Some people just want to sing. Some people just want to act. Some people just want to rap. I get that. But then there are also these celebrities who their point of being famous is to make a difference. It's not just to act. For me, as an actress, my goal is not just to act. I want to change the world through my acting. I want to show people Christ through my acting. I want to go into the entertainment industry and help people. Like, that's my goal. You get what I'm saying? So, like, you can't just say that every single celebrity, oh, they're just an entertainer. That's one of those things that I hold it dear to me as an entertainer, because I feel like oftentimes people think that as an entertainer, all you do is just entertain. But that's not it. That's not it. As a doctor, all you do is not just save lives. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there are levels to everything. You get what I'm saying? There are levels to every single thing. So I get what you're saying, but I don't necessarily agree with that sentiment that entertainers are only entertainers and J. Cole is just J. Cole. And you get what I'm saying? Like, I get he's just the person that you use. I get that. But I'm just saying, like, I don't necessarily agree with that. And I do agree that, like, sometimes we do focus on the wrong things, like focusing on the drama instead of focusing on what we need to be doing as a community. Yeah. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
But I also think that sometimes that's what you need. I think sometimes what you need is to not be so held down by what necessarily what's going on in your life, or the bad things that's happening, or the fact that, you know, you don't have your job right now. Sometimes you just need mindless entertainment or mindless drama. And that may sound crazy, but there have been times, I'm sure, when you have just got on Instagram just scrolling just because you needed to get your mind off of something. Or you went on YouTube and you watched something just because you need to get your mind off of something, you know? So I agree, a lot of it is distraction, but at the same time, sometimes you just need a little bit of, you know, mindless entertainment, mindless drama, mindless nothing. So,
and I definitely piggybacking off of what you were saying, like, we're not just here just to entertain. And
right.
Like, and I don't want to say necessarily distractions, but I feel like they can be just like, I feel like it's a blessing and a curse. Let me say that, because the blessing is what you were saying, like they're bringing the creativity out of us, you know, with just people judging people's music, understanding their stories through music, through movies, understanding like how you were moved by it. So that's the blessing in it. But the curse is, it is a distraction. Right. Like all of these celebrities, you know, we're worrying about like what's going on in their households, entanglements, when they got their feet done, what outfits they got on, you know. So and it's like, okay, we're worrying about the irrelevant stuff about them when we need to be worrying about how we can create generational wealth. Like I have a lot of ideas on, you know, that's all I'm thinking about. Like, I don't know, something just inside of me just sparked, and I'm thinking of generational wealth all the time. Right. I'm thinking of different apps I can come up with. I'm thinking of a different company. Right. Or my children can be straight. Yes, or like, exactly. And not even just my children. Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely going to start off with my family first, because that's just human nature. You know, I want to make sure my family's straight before everybody else. But you are in my family, you're in my family. Right. You know, my cameraman's in my family. You know, we're all melanated people, all people of color. So with that being said, when I'm taken care of, best believe everybody else is going to get taken care of. Like, my goal and my dream is to become a trillionaire. Not to spend it on bullshit, not to wear my money around my neck, not to drive my money around like a dumb average ass sister or brother, you know, but to build schools so we can start building. Like, I don't want to say like we can have a war, but building like our troops, our little brothers and sisters to know what we need to learn. You know, in school we don't learn that we need to eat, that we need to drink alkaline water. In school, when like our brothers, they're not learning how to love a sister. Our sisters aren't learning how to love and be affectionate to our brothers. You know, we're not learning what to do with our hair. Don't nobody have hair like us. We're the only ones that have hair like this. Yeah. Asians, Hispanics, white people, all their hair is similar, but ours. We don't even know how to take the proper. Not we. You know, I'm learning, so I'm on like my natural hair. You see what my hair looks like. Yeah, look, I just got. You know, I've been keeping protective styles in. Right. You know, just trying to work on that, trying to deep condition my hair more, all that stuff. Like, we are not paying attention to what needs to be tended to. Right. Like tended to, like all the time. Children are really. They're the backbone of the whole community. Oh, absolutely. Like, I 100%. You know, the children are the future. Like, older people, when they would say that to me when I was younger, like, you very important. You know, you're a child. I'd be like, I'm a kid. I can't do nothing. No, you have the ability to take in and suck in and sponge all of the good information so that when you become an adult, you can actually help the world and help the sisters, help the brothers. I want to get us to a point where we can have our own mini communities. I want to get us to a point where we can have our own police, our own government. We're policing ourselves. I want to get to a point where we're like Georgia Power. It could be called Melanin Power. So I got to call the melanin people to turn my lights on. You know?
Do you want there to be segregation? Do you believe that segregation was a good thing for black people?
Okay. Ooh, that's a great question. I'm not gonna lie, I do. But I'm not going to say we need to stay segregated forever, because that's not the move. The move is worldwide. The move is international. So if you think that you're just going to stay by yourself in your own community, you're thinking wrong, and you're thinking very close-minded. But I do feel like segregation would have been very important to us, and it would have been very healthy for us to learn how to love ourselves more, and for us, you know, when you're loving yourself more, you start loving the world more. Right. And I'm not racist. I'm not saying, oh, we definitely don't need to be with Chinese people. We definitely don't need to be with. Oh no, I get what you're saying. You know, but I definitely feel, and I was just having a discussion about that with someone. I was saying like how we were enslaved. We need to re-enslave ourselves, our own people, and we need to. Not enslave, and not. I know. Explain that a little bit. I'm going to elaborate when I say enslave our own people. When I say how they enslaved us, they had us learning what they wanted us to learn, abiding by their rules, the white man rules. We need to like do that. And I'm not saying we need to hurt each other. I'm not saying we need to say, oh, I'm the head nigga in charge. You go on the field. You know, I'm not saying enslave each other like that. I'm saying, hey, a celebrity, boom, got 2 million. I'm gonna move 10 black families in this neighborhood. To stay in this neighborhood, y'all have to go to counseling, and y'all have to start saving up your money and invest in it. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So we have to be like, we need to spoil each other. We need to baby each other so that we can, you know, grow larger and like do what we need to do. Like, basically, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a community of just us We have to go to the school. How these white neighborhoods have schools inside their white neighborhoods, these nice schools, private schools in their area, we need to do the same thing. How they have their own grocery stores that they want to go to, we need to do the same thing. We need to eat better. How they have how if you go to Duluth, where there's like a lot of Asians and they have their Asian markets, we need to have our own markets. The sisters, brothers, we can have studios in there for podcasts, for entertainers. We can have salons in there for the brothers and sisters that's doing hair, nails. We can have clothes, for the brothers and sisters that's having their own clothing line.
Right.
We need to literally build up everything all only owned by us, so that we can start loving each other and start wanting to do business with each other. These Asians come over here, you know who they make money off of? Us.
Mainly us.
What we always saying, I want to go to a Chinese spot. Oh, I gotta go to the beauty salon. Oh, I gotta get my nails done. They come over here and cater to us. And what we do? Give them the bread. You know what I'm saying? They have all these buildings, and it's like, what are we going to do to start acquiring that wealth? We have to, and that's what I'm saying about enslave each other. That sounds negative because you're thinking of slavery, but don't think of it as slavery, because you don't have to just be you don't just have to be doing physical labor and be physically beaten by someone to be in slavery. You can be mentally beaten by being enslaved. So that's what I'm saying. We need to mentally enslave each other and take care of each other, and so that we can get to where we're going. So with that being said, like, what ideas do y'all have for generational wealth?
I mean, I do like what you was talking about with that segregation, because I had that like split between like integration and segregation, but I do feel like that, because one thing that's the difference between Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King wanted to integrate with the world,
exactly,
and Malcolm X wanted almost like separation. But I see what Malcolm was talking about, because with Malcolm X, he was saying like this: we need to segregate, because we need to focus on our community, because we have to build back up.
Yes.
We need to grow ourselves, and so when we're all the way up and we finally close that gap, then we can integrate, because we'll be already established and we won't take damage like that, because we're already established and stuff. But I also feel like that there's so much stuff that's happened, and I think the biggest, like, so much downfall in the wealth and stuff. And I think Snoop Dogg talked about himself. In the 80s, when that crack epidemic hit, it completely destroyed black neighborhoods everywhere, because it was just like, it ruined black families. A lot of guys got, like, the gang wars in LA was brutal. Like, I remember my mom talked about stories how, like, when she lived in LA, coming out of the Caribbean, she was talking about how, like, when crack got, like, introduced, all the gang wars, everybody, like, each and every time you on Crenshaw, like, on that street, you always hearing gunshots, you always hearing people die and stuff. That's generations and generations gone.
Exactly.
Completely wiped out.
Exactly.
Imagine if crack never got introduced. Imagine, like, if those neighborhoods had their businesses and, like, they just thrived. That's generational wealth right there, but that's gone completely and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that have happened, and after that, it feels like that there hasn't been no progress. It's like everything that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, all those in the civil rights era did, just completely dropped. And I always wonder, like, what happened and stuff. And then, like, I did a lot of research and a lot of learning, and then I hear about people always talking about the height of Martin Luther King, but they never talked about those 3 years after, before he died. And they say, like, a lot of people dropped off what he's saying, because one thing that he was talking about was black empowerment, and was talking about money and funding and building up these businesses and building up our wealth. And a lot of people kind of, like, backed off and stuff. And I'm wondering, like, what was so scary about doing that stuff? Like, you seen Tulsa had, like, millionaires, like, so, like, they was having money and stuff. So if that tragedy never happened, look how much they'll probably be quadrillionaires for all we know. That's a lot of wealth right there and stuff. And they'll probably influence so many more cities and more black communities to thrive and go for the same thing and stuff. But I always wonder, like, why did the movement stop? Why did people just completely, like, fall off and stuff? Like, what was it about when MLK and Malcolm X were talking about we need to financially create growth and stuff, and, like, own land? That's the biggest thing, was owning land. As crazy as Kanye West is, the one thing that he talked about was also black empowerment. And what Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, before they got killed, were about to talk about was that. And he talked about how you're not truly free until you got own stuff. Because a lot of stuff, like, how many people really own something and stuff?
But it has to be, what are you owning? That's the problem. We're not investing our money into real assets.
Yeah, like, the biggest thing was land.
Ferrari, that's not gonna, you wasted 10 bands on something.
I think when people get to start talking about like the black dollar and things like that, I think one thing that people need to remember is that, first of all, it starts at home. Second of all, we can't really decide what anybody else decides to do with their money. So for someone who bought that Ferrari, we don't know what exactly we don't know what their mindset for that Ferrari was. Do you get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So for us, a good investment might be, you know, buying the complex, you know, an apartment complex or something. For them, it may be getting that car so that they can pass it down to their child, and then they can pass it down to their child. Like, we don't really get to decide how people spend their money. I think that one thing that black communities have kind of failed on is that in other communities, it starts at home. Definitely. So like Hispanic families, for instance, like they will have 10 or 12 or 20 of them staying in one house so that everyone can get on their feet. Everyone can get, but they start at home. They don't worry about what's going on out there.
We don't do that shit. We be ready to go.
We don't do it at all. So I think that's one thing that like I think that's the most important when we start talking about the black dollar is it starts at home, because everybody wants everyone to invest in this and this and this and this and this and that. I think it's most important to invest in your family unit first, so that you make sure your family unit is straight, and then you can come out to help others. Then we also have to remember that not everybody wants the same thing.
Piggybacking off of exactly what you just said, right? It starts at home. So
Absolutely.
They have to have that together in their household and then go out to the world.
Absolutely.
Same with the brothers and sisters in our community. We need to make sure we're good with our family before we can start integrating with everybody
Absolutely.
else.
And I'm not disagreeing with that. I never said whether I was or wasn't for segregation. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that other families make their biological family, like they make sure that they're biological, like they're good.
Yeah, but
and then they branch out
bigger when you're trying to do worldwide stuff.
That is true, but if the head isn't right, nothing else is going to be right. So if it's not right at home, it's not going to be right anywhere else. Yeah. If you and your money is not straight at home, and you're not making sure that you and your family is straight and everybody's good, if the head is not right, nothing else is going to be right about it. And I think a lot of people try to make black people do stuff. You can't make a black person want to invest in something that you want to invest in. You can't make a black person see, like, you can't.
So you feel like everything starts at home?
Absolutely. I feel like, I don't know, I've just always believed, like, if the head is not right, like in a household, at home, like in your own self, like if your head is not right, nothing else is gonna flow right. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like as black people trying to go out and make sure and bring other people in and make sure everybody else is straight before we secure our own family unit and our own mental health and our own family, make sure that all of our generational curses are broken and that there's nothing else being, swept under the rug that happened to this child when they were, like, until we get that together in our own family unit, we don't have any business trying to go out and bring other people into that. I'm not saying ultimately we don't all need to come together, but what I am saying is that we're still fresh out of slavery, to be honest. We're really still fresh out of slavery.
We're still in slavery.
Mentally, yes, we are still in slavery.
In like 1859, they were selling slaves for $1,200, right? Today, $1,200 is worth $40,000. The average person doesn't even make $40,000.
Not only that, we still got the 13th Amendment. People gotta remember, the 13th Amendment justifies slavery nowadays. Like, look at the mass incarceration system. There's like over 1 million people in that thing. And you talking about private prisons? That's one thing that I heard about, private prisons.
Oh no, people are investing in these private prisons.
They're investing in these private prisons stuff, and because in the amendment, what you hear about the amendment, like, okay, like slavery is abolished, but for those who commit crimes and stuff, that's still justifiable. So if you own a private prison nowadays, you basically owning a plantation and stuff. You still got slaves. And so slavery ain't really end. The only way you're gonna end it is really you gotta get rid of that.
When I say slavery is ended, I mean we're not being forced to be out in the field. Like me, you, us four, we can walk outside and we can't
still live our free lives.
That's what I mean when I say slaves. The slavery that we saw about back in the day, where all black people had to be on a plantation for free. That's what I mean when I say we're fresh out of slavery. That's what I mean when I say we're fresh out of slavery. I'm not oblivious to the fact that mentally we are still enslaved and that they're in the prisons. they arresting black people for this amount of weed just so they can work free. Like, I'm not oblivious to that. When I say fresh out of slavery, that's what I mean. So that's what I mean when I say we have to get that. I think a lot of people don't really understand that our mindsets are still chained up. So until we get that together within ourselves, like we don't really have any business trying to. I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense. I don't know.
No, it's understandable. It's like the mindset is this. I feel like that we're very retro, so it's okay to learn from history, but when you start to form, like you start to mold into history, you'll never see, like you never understand that you're in the present, and you never look to the future and stuff. And so we're kind of intertwined. We have this slave mentality because
we're intertwined or entangled.
Shoot. Toss it up, whatever you want. We're so indulged in it that we don't understand, like, we're not slaves anymore. You have a free mind. Mm-hmm. You can go out there, even though it's hard, you can go out there and you can really make yourself something and stuff. But it's all about your mind. So if you allow yourself to still be a slave and you keep that mindset, that's the only thing you're going to be able to do. The mind is very powerful. It's really powerful.
Like, with that being said, we really have so much to talk about and so much to elaborate on. So that is time. So we're just gonna end this off, but I definitely want you all to come back.
Absolutely.
And we really need to chop it up again. So we definitely gonna have a second episode with us discussing what's really going on.
I'm with it.
So just let me know, what are your handles and your websites? What's your social media and all that good stuff?
So you can follow me at official Christina Danielle. You can also follow my business page at Afro Creative Brand. You gonna put that on the thing so they can see the little thing.
We gonna put it.
She gonna tell you how to spell it down there. That's how you can follow me.
And you can follow me on my Instagram art page at Studio 17. She will put it on there because it's crazy spelling. Because there's a lot of Studio 17s.
We gonna put it in there.
But they ain't like, boy, I'm variety. Yo, I'm like a triple threat. Like, there's multiple stuff. You get art, photography, follow your boy. Support local artists. Come on now.
Absolutely. I want to say thank you all so much for coming out.
Thank you.
All right. And all that good stuff, positive vibes, all that good stuff. Definitely, get it together. All right, y'all. My name is Amarie. Peace, love, and harmony. Y'all, I'm Outie.